Okay, I just have to quickly update you because as I was rewatching the video before I started to talk about the story, I remembered exactly what it was I wanted to say. So the calm place and container are two things we use in EMDR therapy. Um, and so, sorry, this is bugging me. Um, okay, right there. The calm place and container are two things we use in EMDR therapy. And when we were talking on Tuesday about setting up for doing the therapy, she just asked me to think about those two things. And I was considering whether or not I wanted to use the same container that I used last time. I felt like it was kind of weird and I don't know if I really want to. And so let me think about what other containers I could possibly use. I'll meditate on it and in our between now and our next session, I'll figure out what my container is. So that story that I was telling you about the pasta sauce, the jar breaking, was my guidance saying your container's not a jar, Don, because on my notepad when I went home later, I read on my notepad that I had put a mason jar as a possible, like, should I consider a mason jar? Because that was one example she had given me. Like, it has to be a container that you can open and close. Um, and so, yeah, clearly a mason jar is not my container. A glass container breaks, and I'm dangerous near things that are fragile. So, like, no, we're not doing a glass container. So that was the end of my story. I didn't mean to leave you hanging, but it's just so funny the way things work. So it was like I tried to brush off the fact that it broke. I was like, whatever, we'll just deal with it. I'm not going back to get a refund or a new jar. I don't have time or patience. I'm just going home. I'll clean up. I'll deal with it. But by the time I burst, like I popped, it just feels like I'm a water balloon walking around, and then all of a sudden I prickle, and everything comes out, my tears, my emotions. Um, and so, um, I never got to finish the story, and so I all day, and then it finally clicked to me that that was the purpose of that event and that incident happening. It was like, okay, there's your answer. Thanks so much. Like, it probably could have happened a nicer, more calm, peaceful way. Like maybe it could have been a song about my container, or in a book, or somebody's gift, or you know what I mean? Like, but okay, now I get it. Now I know why the jar broke, and now it's like easier to accept and let go. And I had processed the emotions. Okay, that's all. That is all. Oh, I got to use my calm place and container to process the emotions that I was feeling that day. And so I was like, yep, it's not a jar. It's not a jar. Okay, thanks. Bye.